Hi, Jess, this is Michael at Applied CAX. Wanted to walk through the two-sided machining for lathe. One thing I wanted to show before I get into that is I'm working from an older sample part, and when I open the operations, it has the old style operations. You can actually set a new operation to an old, but I'm going to show how you take something like this and make it update. So under the dialog options, customize dialog. Now if you wanted to I'll show you the other way in a method. So if you say update from template, and I say okay, so now it looks like the new NX. So then you would customize again under here. If you want to make it look like an old method, before, let's see, I'll go back to the way it looked. So I can copy this, and I want a copy of it for reference. So now I go and I update this one. You can also do it through right click. I'll show you that on the next one. So customize dialog, and now I say update from template, and so now it looks new. If I go into this other one, it's still old. So now if I right click this one that we updated and say object customize from, so now I could say from here, and okay, I didn't do that right. I'm picking, let's see. So it should be like that. Yeah, maybe I don't know this method. Now I updated both. So I did something wrong there. Okay, so now it has the old look, and this one has the new old look. So I'm going to say object, customize, update from template, and now it looks new. So now I'm going to say object, customize from, and I want it to, yes, there we go. So then I just pick it and say okay. So oh my gosh. No? There we go. Flipped it back. So now they're both old. Sorry for that. Obviously you can fast forward through that. Okay, so back over to this. Okay, so we have our op1. Now this one doesn't have a main. It shouldn't make a difference, although also I think if yours is operating from a post, it doesn't need main. So you might be able to drag your spindle out that's local out of the main and just have it by itself. But what I did before copying this is I kind of just did an F2 rename and added op1 to the end of everything. Now the operations I won't necessarily reuse, I'll probably be deleting them, and then the ones that I keep I would rename. But the objects, like, you know, maybe the avoidance, I knew I'd copy. And then I also just looked at, you know, how they're locating in this sample part the MCS. To me it's kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems weird that it would be off of the chamfer. I would think it would be off the face or the face of the blank, but that's okay. So I just kind of looked at that. So there's the current one. So I'm going to copy and then paste. And then, you know, before I redefine it, I'll just start renaming. So F2 for me, or I think if you click twice slowly, yeah, it'll rename. Or you can right click and say rename. You probably know all these things, but okay, and then we'll redefine it. So the first thing I would do is flip it, and then pick an object to center it off of. Whoops. Not sure what happened there. Flip it. Oh, because I didn't pick the ball. Then pick the center, of course, and then the center of an object. So I've relocated it and say OK. The WCS isn't relocated. Oh, there it went. Oh, it went back. So that was just some settings on RCS. I just made it sync with the MCS. I mean, it looks like one thing I could do is while this is active, so if I go into here while it's open, especially if I, usually there's a save. Ah, here we go. So now I hit save MCS, and that saves kind of a temporary CSIS. So if you wanted to set your WCS to that, you could do drop down orient, and then you could say selected CSIS. There it is. Then that CSIS that we saved in the MCS is selectable, and now the work coordinate is there. Okay, so and then in the workpiece itself, you go into the workpiece, specify blank, IPW in process workpiece, select source for IPW. Right now it's set to in part. So work part, and you'll just pick the op1 workpiece, and then you can say update, And now you can see the workpiece is updated. And so now, if you go into face, I've got the wrong clip section there. Anyway, I don't have all my views set, so now if I go into like facing, you can see it displays properly. Now you would have to update these here, so you could do I don't know why it's showing. It looks like the WCS is wrong. That looks right now. Yeah. Oh, I see. I have my X. Sorry, I missed that. So my Y. I mean, it just depends on how you flip your part, but I'll make it like that. So I hit save again, and if you want to get rid of the CSIS so they're clean, you can say CSIS and kind of window select and then hit delete and then go back in to save. And so now you can say orient. There we go, so we'll try that. Now the workpiece should still update. Yeah. And then now for the this value, it should be easier to manipulate that. And so if you wanted it the same distance apart. Yeah, so under here I just said flip tool around holder. Oh, I missed that. Okay. Not sure how I lost that setting. Alright, well, I'll let you play around with it. Hopefully that's enough. Thanks a lot. Let me know if you have questions.